After a victorious if somewhat unappetizing first course, Wales now head off to the main event of their summer tour and a two-test series with Argentina on home soil. Following their 22-20 triumph over a shadow South Africa 15 in Washington, D.C. on Saturday night, what sort of reshuffle will Warren Gatland make to his international lineup for a sterner examination against the Pumas? With Gatland promising significant changes, we give you the lineup that could well be taking to the field next Saturday at the San Juan del Bicentenario Stadium, San Juan, 2040 BST. Hallomamus of Wales celebrates his try with Tomos Williams and Tom Pretty. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency. 15. Hallomamus made his first start for Wales at full-back against the Springboks. Gatland admitted before they crossed the Atlantic, the Dragon star was very much in his thoughts for the number 15 jersey. Dummied his way over for the opening try, and though he struggled at times in the aerial battle and gave an interception touchdown away, the 23-year-old is set to keep his spot against the Pumas. 14. Josh Adams. Steph Evans is out of the remainder of the trip with a knee injury, and Josh Adams has been called up. The Worcester man was originally left out of the party when Premiership Rugby withdrew him from the opening game against South Africa as the match fell outside the official World Rugby window. But with Wales very much down to the bare bones out wide, Adams will battle it out with Tom Pretty for the right wing starting berth against the Pumas and is likely to get the nod. Wales playing South Africa last December and carded. Image, David Rogers. Getty Images. 13. Scott Williams with Owen Watkin finding it a bit of a hard slog against the Boks and throwing the yellow card into the mix. Ospreys bound. Williams is expected to be back in the frame against the Pumas. 12. Hadla Parks. Another Scarlet held back from starting on the weekend on the back of a stamina-sapping end to the campaign for his region. But his ability to do the basics well will be key in South America, with Wales expected to be up against it with some big-name players missing. Made an immediate impression off the bench in Washington on Saturday night. George North of Wales is tackled by Jesse Creel of South Africa. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency. 11. George North set to be pressed back into wing work after his fourth outing at centre lasted until Steph Evans hobbled off with a knee injury. Didn't have the sort of impact on center stage perhaps the Welsh coaching team were hoping for, and with more pressing matters ahead, it should be back to the bread and butter day job out wide for North. 10. Reece Patchell. With Gareth Anscombe blowing hot and cold against South Africa, there could well be another chance for Scarlet's number 10 Patchell to exorcise the ghosts of a disappointing display against England in the Six Nations. It also could free up Anscombe to slot in at number 15 if Gatland feels Amos would be better suited out on the wing against the Pumas. Wales scrum half Gareth Davies. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency. 9. Gareth Davies headed out of Wales as the incumbent number 9, but will now have the hot breath of Tomos Williams on the back of his neck following an eye-catching display from the Cardiff Blues rookie on the weekend. Rob Evans. Nicky Smith acquitted himself well enough in the loose against South Africa, but being part of a Welsh scrum that had its problems, albeit on the tight head side, will see a return for Scarlet's man Evans. There will be more demanding set-piece problems posed by the Pumas, so the extra physicality of Evans in the loose exchanges gives him the nod. Ryan Elias of Wales scores try. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency. 2. Ryan Elias Elliott D had a big opportunity to put down a marker with Ken Owens rested, but the Dragons hooker was part of the front row under the cosh at the scrum. His line-out work helped offset the crosses in the scrum box, and Elias came on to bag the crunch try. Elias could well form an all-Scarlets front row this time around with D on the bench. 3. Samson Lee. Tomas Francis. How Wales missed every hair on the heads of Lee and Francis against the Boks. If fit, Lee will start against the Pumas, but he has a lower back injury. Tomas Francis has been called up as cover. Dylan Lewis appeared rusty against the Springboks with the scrums a lottery in the first half. And his replacement Rizri Jones fared even less well. 4. Bradley Davies. His extra ballast in the boiler house may well get the Ospreys locked a nod for the Pumas opener. Gatland could be tempted to give Seb Davies a run out in his more accustomed second-row berth, but the physical nature of an Argentine side going back to their forward-powered roots could well give Davies the jersey. Corey Hill celebrates the Welsh win. 5. Corey Hill, captain. The Tour co-captain led from the front against South Africa, tackling anything that moved and preventing a Springbok try with a tremendous effort in the corner, rapidly becoming one of the unsung heroes of the Welsh pack. 6. Josh Turnbull last played for Wales against England in May 2016, but with the tourists chronically light on blindside flankers, the 30-year-old could well earn a 9th cap. The experiment of playing Seb Davies at 6 really didn't work, while the other option would be moving Ellis Jenkins there and bringing in James Davies. That would lighten the tonnage in the Welsh back row, something you do at your peril against the Pumas. 7. James Davies. Despite an odd blip here and there, matchday skipper Ellis Jenkins dug Wales out of a hole on more than one occasion in Washington. But it's been suggested players won't start all 3 tests this summer, and Davies' week off following the Scarlets' PRO14 final defeat could see a call-up with Jenkins on the bench. Ross Moriarty of Wales is tackled by Elton Jantjies of South Africa. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency. 8. Ross Moriarty. Perhaps the Dragons-bound back rower didn't impose himself as much as when, as a raw-boned 21-year-old, he made his Test debut against Ireland in the 2015 Rugby World Cup warm-up. Offloaded wisely during the build-up to the opening try against the Fox, and the lack of number 8 options could mean a heavy workload this tour for the St. Helens-born star.